Alright, hey, what's going on guys? So today I'm going to be doing a Rubik's Cube tutorial so you guys can learn how to solve this. So before we get started, I want to introduce to you a few basic ideas. So these are called corner pieces. There are, hold on, I think there's like eight corner pieces. Yeah, there's 8 corner pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the corner pieces have 3 colors. So all the pieces that have 3 colors are corner pieces. They are, of course, on the corners. These are edge pieces. They have 2 colors, as you can see, right here. I could count how many edge pieces. I should have, thought about this, but it's okay. You guys don't really need to know how many. You guys can count on your own. But, so edge pieces have 2 colors, and center pieces have 1 color. So edge pieces and corner pieces, they can move in, go around, but the corner pieces will always stay in the same place. That's how you can figure out what color you are on. So this will be white. That's the white color. That's the white side. This is red. This is yellow. You can tell by the center pieces. Even if this was all messed up like that, I would still know that's the green center. That's the, well, green side, because that's the green center. This is the white side, because it has the white center. And so, yeah, they will always stay in the same place. So let's go ahead and get started on the tutorial. Alright, so let's get started. Your cube will probably look something like this. It will not look exactly like my cube because, if it does, it's extremely lucky, because there are 43 quintillion possible scrambles for a Rubik's Cube. So, we start off by getting the white cross. So we'll get the edge pieces, the 4 white edge pieces. So one will go here, 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 and here. We will not be worrying about these yet. So to start off, we look at the bottom. So we keep white on top. It has the white center. We keep that on top. Then we look at the bottom to see if we can find a white edge. Here's a white edge because it has 2 colors. So that's a white and orange edge. So we found our first one. So we would rotate it so that the other color, since it's orange, it would be lined up with the orange center. Here's another one. This one is white and red. So I wouldn't put it here because that's not lined up. I would bring it over to the red so it would be lined up. So once you have one, then you would rotate its side up, so you can see that white piece is rotating up, and now it's lined up there. Then we will move on to our next one. Here's another one. It's at the bottom. It's already lined up, the white and orange, so we would simply rotate it upwards so that it's up there. Then if you may get this, when you look at the bottom, there's no white edge pieces, so then we would look on these faces. So here's one right here. It's on the side, so we need to get that to the bottom. So what we would do is we would move it down to the bottom, but we can't just then solve it like from there because that messed up this white and red edge. So we would then rotate the bottom counterclockwise and rotate the right side back up, or whatever side you messed up. And so now we would just line that up. That's already lined up, green and green, and we would just simply bring it up. Then we look for our next one. It is right here on the bottom. So to get it for the bottom ones, all we would do is we would rotate it so that it's on the side, and then you would bring it down, okay? And then you would rotate this piece back up. So once you have that was already lined up, which was pretty lucky. So you would just line it up. Since that's a blue, white and blue, I would line it with the blue center and simply bring it up. So now we have the white cross. Don't worry about these corners, just worry about the edges. So we have that cross. So then after we get that, we would move on to the corners. Sorry. So to do the corners, the white corners, we would first find a piece that's on the top. So here is a white corner because it has white in it. So it's white, blue, and red. So we would bring it, turn the top, only the top, so that it's between white, blue, and red, since this is white, blue, and red. Then you would hold it on your right side, and this is like an algorithm this is like the first algorithm that you will learn. So you would bring an algorithm, by the way, if you don't know, an algorithm is a series of like moves on a Rubik's Cube. So you would bring the right side up, move the top clockwise, bring the right side down, turn the top counterclockwise. And see that bring it into there. Sometimes you won't instantly get it, so let's look for another one. Here's one right here, the white, green, red. So we would bring it between white, green, and red. And then you do that. So right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. And you see it's in there, but it's not solved. So we would do that again. So right clockwise. No, I meant the right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. See, it's not solved. It's right here. So then we would do it again. You would do it until you get it into there solved. So right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. You see, now it's solved. So we move on to our next one. It's just right here. So you would bring it, since it's white, orange, green, we bring it between white, orange, and green. So then you do those moves again. So make sure when you're doing the moves, however, make sure you're holding the corner on your right when you do it. I wouldn't do it here and then do the moves because the corner's on the left, the one I'm trying to solve. It's on the left. So it wouldn't work. It would just stay over there each time I do the moves. So that wouldn't work. So make sure it's on your right. So then you would turn the right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. Now it's solved, so we do it again. Right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. Not solved, so we do it again. Right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. And now it's solved. So where's our last one? Is right there. However, I do want to show you guys a case. So if you're just doing it and then you're like one of the pieces you're trying to do is in there, it's like in the bottom and not on top, you can still do the move. Just make sure when you're doing the move, it's on the right side, okay? So then you would do the move. So right, up, top clockwise, right down, top counterclockwise. Right up, top clockwise, right down, top counterclockwise. And now, you see, you will have the white face. And all these should be correct, so you should be able to just line them up and it will be like this. And that's the first step done. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Alright, so the next step is to getting these pieces where they need to go. These are also edges. So we would start off by looking on the top to find an edge that does not include yellow. So an edge that does not have yellow. This one we would not do because it has yellow. Here's another edge. We could do that one because it does not have yellow. That one we could do because it does not have yellow, and that one we also could do because it does not have yellow. So just find one that does not have yellow, and once you got it, you look at the, I guess like the front color, the color that would be facing you, not this color. You'll be looking at that color. And since it's blue, you line it up with the blue. Since mine is blue, I would line it up with the blue. And so then you would look at the top color. Since it's red and the red center is on the right side, I would move it to the left. So let me say that again. Since it's red on top and the red's to the right side, I would move it to the left. So you move it opposite. If red was over here, and since red would be on the left side, I would move it to the right. But since red is on the right side, I move it to the left. So I would move it to the left, and then I would do those moves that we did to get these corners correct. I would bring the right side up, turn top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. And I would have that. And so then what I would do, I would turn the entire cube that way. So then I could turn the left up, turn the top counterclockwise, and bring the left down. So then that would solve those. Okay? So now we'll move on to our next edge. So here's another one. Remember, you would not do one that has yellow, so I would not do that one because it's yellow and green. Move on to my next one. Here it is. I lined it up. Since this is orange, this color is orange, I would line it up with the orange center. Say I was doing this one. Since it's blue there, I would line up with the blue center. But since I'm doing this one, let's go ahead and do this one. So the top is green. Green center is over to the left, so I would bring it to the right. And since I showed you those moves where you bring the right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise, you could do the same thing to the left. But you would do it like an inverted way. So since the green is on the top and green's to the left, so if you get it when it's on the left, all you would do, you would bring it to the right, of course, and then you bring the left side up, turn the right counterclockwise, bring the left side down, turn the top clockwise. Then I would turn the cube this way instead of this way. Okay? So I would turn the cube this way since I was doing it on the left way. You would just bring the piece up so it would match with the edge it needs to go with. Right there, they match up. They should match up like that, where the white's facing like that way and they're just lined up. And then you just turn the top clockwise and bring the right side down. And see, I got that edge. And so now we have that like block right there and also this block. So we just have 2 more we need to do. You will have to do this 4 times. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. I could not do that one because it has yellow, but I turn it and there I could do that one. So since it's red here, I lined it up with the red, green on top, and green's over to the right, so I'll move it to the left. Then I would do the move I showed you, right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise, and then I would turn the cube. And remember, when you turn the cube, this is just a tip, make sure when you turn it, the corner you're doing, the corner that you just took it out from where it needs to be, make sure it's in the front. So I wouldn't turn it this way, because the corner would be in the back right there. See, I'm facing it this way. The corner will be in the back. So make sure when you turn it, it's in the front. Right there. And then you just move it so they're lined up. Those 2 edges, the edge and the corner are lined up, and you just turn the top counterclockwise and bring it down. There we go. We only have 1 more. We can do this. Okay, so this one I cannot do because it has yellow in it. Turn it. This one I cannot do. It has yellow. This one I cannot do. It has yellow. This one I could do. But I want to show you, before I do that one, I want to show you something that might happen. Let me just get there and then I'll show you. Okay, so what could happen is you're looking on the top layer to find your next edge because you don't have them all yet. And then you turn it and that one has yellow, that one has yellow, that one has yellow, and so does that. So you don't know what to do here because they all have yellow. So then if that happens, they're most likely, and they should be, here. See, they're already in, but they're just in the wrong spots. So if that happens, you just pretend, just pretend like one of these pieces were up here. So pretend like that was, I guess, orange or blue. So you would just do what you would normally do. Just pretend like that was an edge that you were actually trying to do. And so I would, to do that, I would just, I don't know, just turn it to the left. You could turn it to the right or left, doesn't really matter. And then you do the move right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. And then you would pair them up, even though it's not the correct one, you would still pair them up and bring it over, turn top counterclockwise and bring it down. And so now that replaces that piece with that piece. And so now you can do it because it's right there now. Because now you have one that's on the top that you can work with. So normally I would just solve it, line it up with orange, green's on top, green's on the left. So I'll move it to the right. And then do the move. Left side up, top counterclockwise, left side down, top clockwise. Then I'll turn the cube so the corner's in the front. Match up the edges right there. Turn top and bring it down. Okay, so now the last one is up in the top layer. And so line those 2 colors up. Blue's up on top, blue's on the right. So I'll move to the left. Take the corner out. So right side up. Top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. Turn the cube so corner's in the front. Line up those edges. Turn the top counterclockwise and bring it down. And so now, if you do those steps correctly, you should get these first 2 layers, which will be quite an accomplishment. So that's the second step done. Let's go ahead and hit on to the third step. Okay, so this is the third step, or fourth step if you count getting the white corners, if you count that as a step, but whatever. So the next step is to get this yellow plus. You see, I already have the yellow plus on. Let me try to make this easier for you guys to see. Okay, see, look. I already have that yellow plus with the edges. Don't worry about the corners. Just worry about the edges. So I already have that yellow cross that we started off to get with the white. But most of the time you won't get that. I actually got really lucky. So let me just do this quick algorithm. Okay, so now I have this line. Remember, like I said, don't worry about the corners yet. Just the edges. So I have this line. If you get this line, make sure that the 2 yellow edges that are already on the top, like so this one and this one, I couldn't do these because they don't have yellow. So these 2 are correct. So you would bring one on the left, and then one of the yellow pieces on the left, and then one of the yellow pieces on the right. If I did like that, that wouldn't be fine because one's in the front and one's in the back. Remember, the solved yellow piece has to be one on the left and one on the right. And then you would do this algorithm. You would turn the front, sorry about that, turn the front clockwise, bring the right side up, turn the top clockwise, the right side down, top counterclockwise. So you may have recognized that algorithm. That's like, part of it is the move I showed you before, the algorithm I showed you before, and then all you do is bring this back. So you would turn the front counterclockwise. And so now, if you had that line, you should now have the plus. So another thing that you could get is, you could get this, where it's like a little L. See that right there? So make sure, whether your L is like this or whatever, make sure it's one of the yellow pieces are on the left and one of them is on the top or the back. So one is in the back, one's on the left, back left. And so then you would do that same algorithm. Turn the front clockwise, bring the right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. And then you would turn the front counterclockwise. And so if you had that L, you would now have the line, and I just showed you what to do with the line. Do that same thing, and then you will have the plus. And the last thing that you could get, but the good thing about these, they all have the same like algorithm, so you do the same thing for all of them. Hold on, let me try to get the last case, and I'll be... Alright, so the last case that you could get is this one dot, which is pretty unfortunate. That's one of the unluckiest cases you could get, but it happens a lot, to be honest. So that one dot, you would do the same algorithm. You would just have to do it 3 times. Or I think it's 2 times. I don't know, 3 times I'm pretty sure. So you would do the algorithm, turn the front clockwise, right side up, turn the top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. And then you would turn the front. If you do that, you should now have that L. So you bring, remember, one of the yellow pieces on the left and one in the back. Then you would do that algorithm again. Turn the front clockwise, right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise. And you bring the front counterclockwise. And then you will have that line in which you could do the algorithm once again. And you should have the plus. Alright, so the next step is to get all of these, so we have the cross now, but we have to get these colors to be correct. See it? So the first thing you would do, you would turn it until you can get 2 of these correct. So I would turn it, I got that one correct and that one correct. There we go, I have 2 correct. And so once you have 2, if yours is like this, so they're right next to each other, you could also have one that's solved here and then the other one's in the back here. But if you have it like this, you would bring one of the solved edges to the back and the other solved edge on the right. And then you would do this algorithm. You would turn the right side up, turn the top clockwise, the right side down, top clockwise, bring the right side back up, turn the top clockwise 2 times, and then bring the right side down. And then once you turn the top one more time, they should all be solved. But the other thing that you could get is when, hold on, yeah, here it is when they're, oh geez, it got solved. Hold on, let me get the case, and yeah, I'll be with you. Alright, so I got the case, so you would have one solved here, and then you turn it around, and the other one is solved here. So no matter how you turn, there will be one solved here, and then one solved on the other side. So once you have these 2 solved like that, once you turn it so that they're solved like that, you bring one so that it's in the front, and then you should be able to turn, and the other one should be in the back. But make sure, in order to check that they're solved, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it should be lined up with its center. So green and green, blue and blue. So yeah, if you have 2 that are across from each other, make sure one's in the front and one's in the back. Don't do it like this, so that one's on the right and one's on the left. That wouldn't be good, because then it would just not solve. So one in the front, one in the back, and then you do the algorithm. Right side up, top clockwise, right side down, top clockwise, right side up, clockwise twice, and right side down. And then you should have this case where they're next to each other. And then remember, you bring one in the back, one on the right side, bring the right side up, turn the top clockwise, right side down, turn the top clockwise, right side up, turn the top clockwise twice, and bring the right side down. And then you turn the top. So now they're all solved like that. And the next step is to get the corners. This is going to be the last step. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the last step. So what you do is you find one corner that's in the right place. It doesn't necessarily have to be turned the right way, it just needs to be in the right place. So what you could do to check this is look at the colors. So this corner, it's yellow, green, and red. And it's in yellow, green, and orange. So that is not in the right place because it's not between yellow, green, and red. So then you would turn. This one is yellow, blue, and orange. It's between yellow, blue, and orange. So that one is correct. So once you find the one that's correct, you bring it, you hold it, the cube, so that it's in the corner that is correct is in the top right, yeah, the front. So it's in the top right there. Don't do it here because now it's in the top left. Don't do that, okay? So then what you would do is you turn the top clockwise, bring the right side up. Then you turn the top counterclockwise and bring the left side up. So when you do that, you should have this long white line and this short white line. And so after you get that, you turn the top clockwise, bring the right side down, turn the top counterclockwise, and bring the left side down. And so everything should stay intact when you do that. But now you check if all the corners are in the right place. So that one's in the right place, yellow, blue, orange, yellow, blue, orange. Then this one, yellow, blue, red, it's in yellow, green, orange. So that one is not in the right place. So if you look at this one, it's not in the right place, that means the rest are not in the right place. I can prove that because yellow, red, green, yellow, red, blue. They're just all incorrect, except for the one that was correct. So then you would do that thing again that it showed you. Make sure the one that is correct is in the top right. Turn top clockwise, right side up, top counterclockwise, left side up, top clockwise, right side down, top counterclockwise, left side down. Then you check once again if they're all incorrect. That one is correct. Yellow, blue, orange, yellow, blue, orange. This one, yellow, orange, green, yellow, orange, green. So since if two are correct, that means the rest are automatically going to be correct. We could just tell yellow, red, green, and yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, red. So now all the corners are in the right place, but they're not turned correctly. So in order to turn them correctly, you find one that is already turned incorrectly. You might have some that are already turned correctly. In that case, that's good to have. But you find one that's turned incorrectly. So we can just start off by this one. Since I have all of them that they're all turned incorrectly, I can just start on a random one. So I'll just do this one. So what you would do, you would bring the right side down, bring the bottom, turn the bottom to the left. So these would go that way. Then you would turn the right side back up, and then you would turn the bottom to the right. And then you continue to do that until this one, there's yellow on the top here. So then you would do that. So bring the right side down, turn the bottom to the left. Bring the right side up, turn the bottom to the right. And also, this may look like I'm like messing up your cube, but trust me, it's going to solve. So then you bring the right side down, turn the bottom to the left, bring the right side up, turn the bottom to the right. And now it's not solved. There's not yellow up here yet, so we do it again. Bring the right side down, turn the top to the left, the bottom to the left, bring the right side up, turn the bottom back to the right. And now you see it got solved. So once you got that piece solved, make sure you turn the top to the next incorrectly turned piece. And then you would do the same thing again. Bring the right side down, turn the bottom to the left, bring the right side up, bottom to the right. Bring the right side down, bring the bottom to the left, right side up, bring the bottom to the right. This is kind of hard to say. Bring the right side down, bring the bottom to the left, bring the right side up, bottom to the right. Do that again, it's not solved. Right side down, bottom to the left, right side up, bottom to the right. And now it got solved. So you turn to the next one. Next incorrectly turned piece. So bring the right side down, bottom to the left, right side up, bottom to the right. Bring the right side down, bring the bottom to the left, bring the right side up, bring the bottom to the right. Now it got solved. Turn to the last and final one, at least for me. Bring the right side down, turn the bottom to the left, bring the right side up, turn the bottom to the right. Bring the right side down, bring the bottom to the left, bring the right side up, and the bottom back to the right. And now you should be here where you can just solve it. There you go. And so hopefully this worked for you guys. Tell me if it did not work, and tell me what part you messed up on or what part you need help on, because it should work. But yeah, if you need help, just like watch the video over a few times to see if you can figure out your mistake, or just comment down below what you need help on. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get back to you. Also, this is the beginner method. So if you want to learn a more advanced and faster method, then just comment down below. I might teach you the more advanced method. Remember, it is harder, of course, but it takes more time to learn, but it'll be worth it if you're trying to get fast at solving it. So yeah, I'll just show you a quick, like, what that method is about. So you would, like, the method I just showed you, would start off by getting the white cross. Hold on. You start off by getting the white cross like that. And then you, instead of getting each corner first, you would get a corner and its edge. Like, so you would get a pair together. So you would do this, something like this. I'm not the best at this method. I have been practicing for a while, but not that good yet. And so you would have it like that. And then you would just do that for every corner and edge. You would go along like that. You get another one. Then you would find another one. There, I got that one. And then and then you would get the first two layers that quickly. And so it's definitely quicker. And then you would do this like normal, where you have that. You would get the yellow cross. And then, but the thing is, you wouldn't then get these colors to be correct. You would instead just get the whole side to be yellow using algorithms. And so I got the whole side yellow, but these aren't right. So then I would do something like this. Do another algorithm to finish off the solve. And so then it would be solved. So yeah, I might do a tutorial of that, but hopefully this tutorial helped you guys. Make sure to like the video and subscribe.